Feeding raw food takes time and work and money and learning and reasons, and sometimes you've had a long ass day and the last thing you want to do is touch wet meat with your hands. It's kind of like getting a puppy. You know what you're getting into beforehand. It's not until you actually live with one that you understand what that really means. Raw feeding is kind of like that, but with less biting and more hand washing. So I started looking into options that would save me time and effort, because prepping and calculating and hand washing and everything in between can be overwhelming sometimes. I found businesses like Small Batch Raw Food, Answers Pet Food, or We Feed Raw that are pretty useful and can save you a ton of time and stress, but the cost of buying prey model raw grinds will run you at about $5 to $10 per pound. And I don't know about you, but that's a little much for me. I think raw grinds are super efficient, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to buy 20 pounds at a time for about $1 to $3 per pound from Ruby here at Real.dog Box, but I know this isn't an option for most raw feeders, so I wonder what I would do if I didn't have this option. Could I get on a Facebook group or find a local community co-op that grinds prey model raw ratios? Would that take more time, money, and effort than prepping on my own? I'm not sure, and if you know or have an answer, post it in the comments below. Regardless, all of this got me thinking about kibble and the reason it's the societal norm. It takes the thinking and the effort out of the equation, and it's cheap. So I began wondering, why don't I just go back to feeding kibble? I mean, some days I even struggle to get out of bed, let alone feed myself. So what do I do when I have a big, busy day and cooking would interfere with work or other priorities? I get a burrito or a burger and go about my day. But in those moments, I don't collapse and think I'm just gonna order takeout every day because life is busy this week. I guess what I'm trying to say is that when I get to a point where I ask myself, what's the alternative to feeding raw? What's the point? I have to remember why I started: to ensure the better health of my dog and improve her quality of life. And if that isn't a good enough reason, I'd have some serious thinking to do. After all, I don't eat burgers every day and expect to feel great after a month. So I'm wondering, what would you do to make raw prepping more manageable? Let me know in the comments below.
Break it.